The city was alive that evening, a blur of lights, laughter, and rushing footsteps. Among the crowd walked Aariz, a young architect whose life was ruled by deadlines, glass towers, and the constant hum of ambition. His world was made of steel and concrete, everything measured, everything planned. But deep inside, he felt a strange emptiness, a quiet longing for something he couldn't name. Every night when he stood at his apartment window overlooking the city, he wondered if this was all life had to offer. Buildings that touched the sky, but hearts that barely touched each other. One weekend, on a rare impulse, he decided to escape. He took a train out of the city with no destination in mind. As the urban sprawl faded into open fields and the air grew cleaner, he felt lighter, like he was leaving behind a cage he didn't even know he was trapped in. The train stopped at a small rural station called Mehrgarh. The platform was quiet, surrounded by golden wheat fields swaying under the sunset. Aariz stepped down, inhaled deeply, and felt peace for the first time in years. He wandered through the village, camera in hand, capturing the textures of mud walls, old trees, and laughing children. That's when he saw Zara, a girl in a crimson dress carrying a basket of flowers. She was helping an old woman arrange marigolds at the small shrine by the river. Her laughter rang like wind chimes, soft and free. When she noticed him, she smiled. Not the polite smile of the city, but the genuine kind that reaches the eyes. "Tourist?" she asked, her accent lilting. "Maybe," Aariz replied, unsure himself. "Or maybe someone who got lost." "Then you're lucky," she said. "People only find themselves when they're lost." That single line stayed with him. Over the next few days, Aariz found excuses to stay longer. He helped paint the village school, joined the evening gatherings, and listened to the stories the elders told about the river spirits and lost kings. Zara often accompanied him, her presence gentle yet full of life. She spoke of the land like it was alive, how the wind carried secrets, how the fields whispered dreams. He learned that she was a teacher, someone who believed education could change the fate of the forgotten. Despite her simplicity, she had a depth that fascinated him. She wasn't chasing success. She was nurturing souls. One evening, they stood by the river as the sun dipped low. Aariz told her about his life, the pressure, the loneliness hidden behind polished glass walls. She listened quietly, then said, "You build tall buildings, Aariz, but have you ever built a moment that could last forever?" That question struck him harder than he expected. For the first time, he realized how empty his achievements felt. The days turned into weeks. Aariz no longer checked his phone. He stopped caring about work emails. He learned to fetch water from the well, to sit under the stars without needing noise, and to listen, really listen, to silence. And slowly, two worlds began to merge. Zara, the girl of the earth, and Aariz, the man of steel, found themselves drawn together by something wordless. Their differences didn't divide them. They completed each other. She taught him to feel, and he taught her to dream beyond the horizon. But life, as always, had its way of testing love. One morning, a call came from the city. Aariz's design had been shortlisted for an international project. It was everything he had ever worked for. He had to return immediately. Zara stood silent when he told her. The river flowed quietly beside them. "So this is goodbye?" she asked softly. "I don't want it to be," he said. "But my world, it's different." She nodded, eyes glistening. "Then go. But remember, even if our worlds are different, hearts speak the same language." He left Mehrgarh that afternoon. The city welcomed him back with its usual noise. But something inside him had changed. His design, once cold and modern, now had curves, warmth, and light. He called it the Heart Bridge. It was inspired by the river where Zara once stood. The bridge that connected two sides, two worlds. Months passed. The project won awards, his name spread in magazines, but the applause felt hollow. One night as he stood by his window, looking at the glowing skyline, he remembered Zara's words. "Have you ever built a moment that could last forever?" He realized he hadn't. The next morning, Aariz left again, this time with purpose. He arrived at Mehrgarh just as the fields turned golden under the sun. The school had grown. The children were singing. And there she was, Zara, standing by the same river, a garland of marigolds in her hands. When she saw him, she didn't speak. He walked to her, eyes filled with everything words couldn't carry. "I built the bridge," he said softly. "But it only made sense when I realized it was always leading me back here. To you." Zara smiled, tears shimmering in her eyes. "Then maybe our worlds were never meant to stay apart," she whispered. And as the evening light bathed the river, their hands met. One rough from work, one soft from care, and the line between their two worlds disappeared. In that moment, the city and the village, the steel and the soil, the ambition and the simplicity, all became one. Because sometimes love doesn't just connect hearts, it connects worlds.